Bo Nix has done something that Sean Payton has never seen in his 17 years as an NFL head coach. Football is back, everybody. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for September 5th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
So apparently being the Broncos' first rookie quarterback to start the season opener since John Elway wasn't good enough for Bo Nix. The former Oregon standout has now become the team's first rookie captain since 1967 when Floyd Little held the title. That news broke yesterday. He will be one of 6 captains who will serve with Cortland Sutton, Quinn Miners, Patrick Surtain, Alex Singleton, and Will Lutz. And he goes on to say, "It's a huge honor and a privilege. I'm excited to be a captain. I don't take it lightly. I know it's a big deal. It hasn't happened often, and I'm not going to take it for granted." You got to love the young guy who's sitting out there, who's got all this maturity. People are hyping him up all around. Mike McGlinchey has raved about it, but you got to build trust to be able to be named captain. And it feels like Bo Nix has, in fact, done that. Take a listen.
Yeah, well, I hope it's now. I hope you don't go into a game with no trust. But I think you just you gain that over time, and I think they see you work, they see you play, I see them play, and you just form this relationship that you can go out there and trust them because you've seen, the guy do it over and over and over. And that's the main thing, is trusting and is doing what you say you're going to do. And so if that's your job and you got to get your depth, or if you got to get the ball to this person, whatever it may be, if you've done it over and over, you're just going to establish that trust. And I believe we got great trust on offense. We all trust each other, trust the receivers, the O-line, got great trust in them, ball carriers, whoever it may be. But we have a very close-knit group offensively and defensively. But I think that trust is going to carry over into some confidence during game time.
We've heard time and time again, essentially, how this Denver Broncos team is extremely close, both offensively and defensively as a whole. And it's nice to see that Bo Nix has already kind of built that trust with a lot of different guys that he mentioned right there. You got your running backs, you got your wide receivers, the offensive line. There all seems to be a trust, and they all seem to trust the rookie QB. So Sean Payton, in his 17 years as an NFL head coach, has never had a rookie captain. And that's saying something right there for the fact that everybody believes in this quarterback in Broncos country. I hope you are also believing in Bo Nix and are excited for Sunday. Now, one of the other guys we mentioned as a captain, that's Alex Singleton. This is a major deal for him. First time being captain, and he looks at it as a huge honor. Take a listen.
I think it's the greatest honor you can get on a team, outside of the accolades that the media and everybody votes on, just your peers. I think it's literally the coolest thing in the world because, especially, where I've come from and all that stuff, I was a guy that, was cut a ton of times, and just to have guys that, are willing to, say they'd follow me somewhere is pretty special.
I think it's been really fun to watch Alex Singleton really grow into the role that he is. Yesterday on Coffee Break, I was talking about, all of my incentives, I guess I should say, of what I thought each person was going to do. And for total tackles, I had Alex Singleton because it feels like he is all over the field, left and right. He had over 100 solo tackles last year. And the next guy even closest to him had only 60, and that was Josie Jewell. So it's really been fun to watch Alex Singleton grow into this role and really kind of just absorb it and take it all in for everything that it is. So excited for him again. But he wasn't the guy that received the most captain votes. The guy that was that is none other than Cortland Sutton. So congratulations to Cortland Sutton. His 4th consecutive year as a captain as well. Another guy that was named captain was Patrick Surtain, but he also got his $96 million contract extension yesterday, and we finally found out what he's going to do with that money. Remember how I was like, what do you do if you get $96 million in the bank? Well, we found out. Take a listen.
I got to give you a new ride or something, man. I mean, that's something that's been on my bucket list for sure.
How proud.
You got to get a new ride. I mean, what car do you go out and buy if you get $96 million? That's what I want to know, okay? Are we talking like a Rolls Royce? I don't know much about cars, so tell me if I'm on even the right track. A Lamborghini? Like, what are we talking about? What type of ride do we think Pat Surtain's going to go out and buy as he signed his contract yesterday, looking all good, and then he's out at practice, of course, getting ready. So let me know in the comments what kind of car you think that he would, in fact, be doing. Now, we do have 3 things that you should know from yesterday's practice, essentially. 1, not a single player is on the injury report. It's great news for the Broncos as they remain healthy for right now. Hopefully it can stay that way. The Seahawks have a couple guys on the injured list, including Draymond Jones, a name we all are very familiar with. Noah Fant also is on it. So 2 names Broncos country will know. And then we also have the unofficial depth chart, which has Stidham as the backup QB and then Riley Moss as the starting cornerback opposite of Pat Surtain on those depth charts too. So just a few notes for you coming out of practice yesterday. Stidham looking like the backup quarterback, Riley Moss opposite of Pat Surtain, which I'm excited about personally. And then, of course, no injuries is massive for this Denver Broncos team. Let's talk a little betting, all right? Because 97% of bets are on the Broncos to reach the postseason at BetMGM. 97%. People are buying into the Bo Nix hype. John Elway, who runs the data and PR for the popular sportsbook, shared this nugget on Wednesday, which certainly caught a lot of people's attention, right? The Broncos haven't made it since essentially they went to Super Bowl 50. It feels like a lifetime ago. But he also shared last month that the public loves the Broncos to go over that 5.5 wins this season. 93% of bettors are taking Denver to go and get at least 6 victories. I have them at 7 personally, so I feel like taking the over is definitely a smart move. But can you believe 97% of people are betting on the Broncos to make the playoffs? I'm like, let's go. Let's see it. Let's actually do it. But you got to start hot, which is why Sunday is going to be so important for this Denver Broncos team to go out there and hopefully get a W in Seattle. Moving on, though, because Denver Broncos legend Charlie Johnson has died of an undisclosed cause. His alma mater, New Mexico State, announced on Wednesday. He was 85 years old. The 1986 Ring of Fame inductee played for the Broncos from 1972 through 1975, leading the team to its first winning season in 1973. The quarterback went on to be named the team's most valuable player, earned all AFC honors from UPI, and set a team record for passing accuracy. Johnson ended his time in Denver with 7,238 passing yards and 52 touchdown passes, which ranked 9th and 7th in team history. Johnson began his NFL career with the St. Louis Cardinals, where he played for 9 seasons before being traded and joining the Oilers. And after 2 seasons in Houston, he joined the Broncos for his final 4 seasons of his career. We pass along our condolences to his entire family. Move on now to the Buffalo Bills, because safety Demar Hamlin will start this team's week 1 game against the Arizona Cardinals. Now, you might be like, well, Rachel, he's already played in some NFL games since coming back from that cardiac arrest that he suffered in January of 2023. And yes, that's very true. We've seen him take the field, but the fact that he's getting his first start after having a cardiac arrest that happened on the field of a game in 2023 is pretty much amazing. Bills head coach Sean McDermott told the media, what else can't this young man do? It's one thing to come off of an ACL or a broken bone. It's another thing to come back off of what he came off of, correct? Let alone just decide to play football and contact football again. So we're excited to see Demar Hamlin out there again. And he also commented saying, last season was primarily about healing and making myself do the hard stuff, thrusting myself into things that made me uncomfortable and made me feel fearful and gave me anxiety. So we're happy to see him out there this week, of course, against the Cardinals. We all remember when everybody was rocking the 3s. The NFL did so many things for Demar Hamlin as well. So we're happy that he has finally made it back out there, and he will, in fact, be starting on week 1. But like I said at the beginning of the show, football is back. Who you got? You got the Ravens or you got the Chiefs? Let me know in the comments. I'm so pumped for this game. I cannot believe it is finally here. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. I feel like we're going into a doozy of what's going to be happening tonight. Hopefully it is a good game. All right, checking out your guys' comments. Also, did everybody see Alex Morgan? She announced her retirement on Instagram. I was like, oh my gosh, the time has ended. She said 30 years of playing soccer, and it's finally time to hang it up. And she knew going into the 2024 season that it was going to be the end of it. So congratulations to Alex Morgan, an incredible role model for women all over and for sports lovers as well, on an amazing career. So exciting for her. I'm excited to see what she's like going to go do now, right? When she retire from sports, it's like, you get into broadcasting, you just focus on being a mom or a parent or whatever you're going to do. So I'm excited for her. Happy NFL opener, Rachel. You guys, I'm so hyped about it. I cannot wait. I'm like, okay, is it time? We actually have a nice little bet going on behind the scenes, a little coffee bet. So you guys can join in if you want to, of how many times are we going to see Taylor Swift on the screen today? As soon as the game starts, how many times? We got one of our coworkers who was saying 11 times. I'm saying 7 times, and another one who was saying 3 times. So we know we're going to see her. Just how many times are they going to be pushing Miss T Swift? Absolutely love his maturity talking about Bo Nix. You can just see it when he takes the podium, the way he handles things and the way he talks about different things. He understands that, these are big moments in life and these are like really big honors as well. So I appreciate the fact that you just truthfully see that maturity come out from him. Good morning, Rachel. Bo is described by his teammates and coaches as poised, mature, and authentic, good qualities of a leader. Indeed, and I would agree with all of those from the very short time that I've been around Bo Nix. It really does seem like he holds all of those standards to himself, and he's impressive, you guys. He really, really is. I believe in Bo Nix. Oh, an answer to what Pat Surtain should buy for a car. A custom Ford Bronco. How fun would that be? Although I feel like even on his last contract, he probably could have gone out and bought a custom Ford Bronco. I feel like you got to get something like really, really cool now. Okay. Thank you, Charlie. You started all for the Super Bowl run. I know, obviously, like I mentioned, we passed along our condolences. So cool to see all of the accolades that he was able to do during his time with the Broncos. And this was at the end of his career. So really cool stuff for him. It's Bo time. Yes, it is. It is Bo time. Come on, Ravens. I'm totally with you. Too many. Oh gosh, I think that's about our Taylor Swift stuff. That's actually really funny too. Listen, I'm here. Obviously, I'm a female right here. I'm all for if young girls start getting into it because of Taylor Swift and then they learn to love the game. I'm here for it. I think that there is nothing bad is coming out of it, to be completely honest, because you get into it. I mean, when I was growing up, it's not like I was all into football. And then you watch a few of those really close games and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever. So if they're watching because Taylor Swift, and then all of a sudden tonight we've got a last second drive between the Ravens and the Chiefs for who's going to win, and they start to fall in love with football, I'm all for it. Let's see. Why Hamlin wasn't comeback player of the year is beyond me. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. It feels like that was a lifetime ago when we had the NFL honors. But yeah, that's true. He still did not get that one. I feel like there's so many things. Okay. I got the over/under on Taylor Swift being shown at 6.5. Take the over. I also said 6.5. I'm going with 7. So I guess I'm also taking the over on that one. But all right, you guys, that is going to do it for our episode of Denver Sports Daily today. I will be back 12 p.m. Mountain Time on Coffee Break. I'm going to be giving you guys just a little few tidbits on what we need to know about the Broncos versus Seattle Seahawks matchup. I'm so excited for Sunday. Tomorrow is Friday. If you're here in the Mile High City, then you already know the weather today is perfect fall football weather, and I am here for it. So you guys stay safe. Enjoy tonight. Tweet at me because I'll of course be watching the game tonight. So make sure you're tweeting at me. Would love to sit and chat all football with you guys. Chiefs, Ravens. Let's go Ravens. Boom, boom. Lamar Jackson, I truthfully believe in you because everybody's taking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl again. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's go Ravens. All right, you guys. Love you all so much. We'll see you later. Bye.